Hello, I'm Chloe Alsop, and today we're going to be talking about the nation's health and national guidelines and the promotion of physical activity and safe exercise through the use of exercise professionals. So we're going to start with the health of the nation. So according to Benedict Health, there was a national health report done in 2014 which suggested that the population is significantly neglecting their exercise and not doing enough. And they also undertook a study which involved 4,000 participants, and within that study they tried to find out the physical and emotional well-being of the nation, their perception of the health and well-being, and what they thought of the NHS. Also throughout this study they scored the participants using 8 indicators to do with their health. So these health indicators were sleep, portion of fruit and veg, water consumption, cardio exercise per week, muscle workout per week, alcohol consumption, cigarettes, and body mass index. And these were the results. It's a bit blurry on the screen, but it tells you how much fruit and veg they've consumed. And then all of these, they don't meet the recommendations. They're all quite low or too high in comparison to what they should be. The next slide. These are what they actually should be. So they should be getting 7 to 8 hours sleep, 150 minutes of exercise, 2 muscle workouts per week, and so on. If you compare them back to that, they're all only getting like 6.5 hours sleep. They're having cigarettes, that's not recommended anyway. 3 to 7 portions of fruit and veg, so they're not meeting that either. 36 minutes per week of cardio, so they're not meeting any of them really that they should be doing. Also, it's been made apparent that there's a rising epidemic in obesity. There's a quote here: NHS suggests that estimates the UK will be half of the UK population will be obese by 2050. Okay, there's another one there. That there was an increase from 1993 to 2012 in the rate of obesity from 57.6 of men to 66.6 and 48.6 to 57.2 of women. So that shows a big increase there. Okay, next I'm going to talk about the recommendations. So I've just put all the recommendations for each category. So the children are there. They have to do at least 60 minutes of exercise a day and 3 days a week. And those two are the same, 150 minutes a week and 2 or more exercise of muscle groups. However, I'm going to talk about the older adult more. Okay? So the older adult, they've got to do 150 minutes of exercise per week and 2 or more muscle groups. However, this depends on their health, whether they're mobile enough to do it or not, because obviously if they're not, they can't meet the recommendations. Okay, so, next one. There's just some on the board about, these are to do with older people, and a health survey from England suggests that 57 of men and 57.2 of women aged 65 to 74 met the recommendation, so that's not bad. 43 and 21% of women, 42% of men and 21% of women aged 75 and 84 met the recommendations, and only 11% of men and 7% of women aged 85 and over met the recommendations. So it's made apparent that the older they are, the less they meet the recommendations. So this could be easily due to medical conditions or lack of mobility. That's just another graph which basically shows what I've just said really. So the younger they are, the more they are meeting the recommendations. So, next one. So the stats I've just showed you on England are really good in comparison to Wales and Scotland as from that age group. In comparison to, oh, I mixed it up, it should be there. In comparison to England, these are a lot lower, as England's was 57 and 52, so they're only 23 and 56, and same goes for them as well. Now, as I said earlier, there might be reasons why they're not participating in this activity, so these are a few barriers. These are from a study that I found by I can't really say it, Raisin et al. They did a study on 645 people within a population group, and they found that the main barriers were poor health. So 84% of participants suggested that it was due to poor health, and 55% of people who had limited mobility also said the same. The next one down, fear and negative experience, 49% suggested that, so that's quite high. 14% suggested that it was lack of company, so obviously don't want to go on their own. And 41% suggested that it was unsuitable environment. So, interventions were put in place to try and combat obesity and help people get more active. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the GP referral scheme. GP referral scheme put in place all over the UK. It's a programme that's for 12 weeks, so you go to your doctor if you've got a problem, so it could be any of these. If you've got any medical condition or if you're overweight, they refer you to a GP referral within your local area. You go for an initial assessment, you have an appointment with them. They talk it through you, get your weights, talk about your medical conditions, they give you induction in the gym, and put a programme together for yourself to try and help you and meet all your needs. Two more that have been put in place are Active Derbyshire or Wastewise and Walk Derbyshire. These are quite popular. I have got a little video somewhere. The Wastewise one is 12-week again, but you have to be over the age of 16. For the GP referral, I think you have to be over the age of 16 too. To qualify for it, you have to have a BMI of over 30 or 28 plus with a pre-medical condition. And Walk Derbyshire, it's just to promote active living really. Anyone can join, you don't have to be an age. You can just join and you just join the club and you just walk. So.
Is the integration of the health referral and Wastewise services to support people to achieve positive outcomes for a variety of medical conditions and to reduce obesity levels. The hub is led by specially trained staff who work with people on an individual basis to help them improve their health. The health referral scheme is a course of supported exercise that has been designed to match the requirements of the individual. It provides support and encouragement to make it easy for everyone taking part to improve their fitness, and it helps us to achieve our own objective of reducing health inequalities and improving the quality of life through healthier living of everyone who lives in our communities. The scheme is for adults who are obese, have joint or mobility issues, have a mental health issue, experience respiratory problems, or have CVD risk, and who are registered with a GP in Derbyshire County. Young or old, all they have to do is be referred by the doctor. The scheme is offered at locally determined concessionary rates for all people. We're funded by a partnership of the NHS and the local authority. This provides officers to manage the scheme, supported by health instructors who help to run a wide variety of exercise activities. For the surgeries, there's no cost at.
So that just gave a quick overview of the GP referral scheme and the Wastewise scheme. Okay? Quite interesting. So next we're going to talk about the importance of exercise professionals. So to combat the obesity and other medical conditions, obviously you need the help of the exercise professional, which is where this comes in. So the exercise professionals are used in the promotion of physical activity as well as safe exercise. Okay? Exercise professionals meet the needs of the individuals by putting together a programme and making sure that programme suits the individual and complies with the medical conditions that they have. There's also different types of exercise professionals. So we've got a level 2 fitness instructor, level 3 fitness instructor, which involves, in this presentation, a level 3 personal trainer and a level 3 GP referral instructor. And then we have level 4 specialist referral, which in this presentation is a level 4 specialist in diabetes and obesity. Okay? So first we're going to talk about level 2 fitness instructor. So before you can be a level 2 fitness instructor, you don't have to have any prior qualifications. However, you do have to be over the age of 16. And once you complete the course, you get your level 2 certificate. However, do we think that 16 is too young, or do we think that it's not? Okay, a lot of people think that 16 is too young, because when you go to a gym and you ask for help from a fitness instructor, people might not be so confident in someone that's 16 as opposed to somebody that's about 30. And if you're going for only just started, I think that, especially for the older adults, which we talked about earlier, would feel a lot more comfortable going to a 30-year-old as opposed to a 16-year-old who's only just gone into the industry. Okay, so the course content of a level 2 fitness instructor, you can do it in 2 separate ways. You can do an intensive course, which is 10 days, so 2 consecutive weeks plus 1 assessment day. Or you can do blended learning, which is face-to-face, it's 5 days practical plus 1 day assessment, but you do have to do some theory distance like. And that's just what's involved, okay? However, I do want to criticise the fact that it's only 10 days. Do you think that that's too short? 10 days to be qualified from working in the industry and put programmes together, I think is a bit too short. Do you think it's a bit rushed? Is the content covered enough in 10 days? I think that it should be a bit longer than 10 days. So once qualified as a level 2 fitness instructor, their job role will be to deliver inductions, fitness assessments, as well as provide good customer care, basic knowledge and the delivery of classes. Well, next we're going on to level 3 fitness instructor, in brackets personal trainer. To be accepted to this course, you have to have your level 2 certificate in fitness instructor, so you have to do that previous to the course. Or exercise to music you can do as a comparison. And the same applies for the level 3, you must be over 16. So again, is that too young? Do you think it should be made higher? The course content for personal trainer is same, it's 2 different ways, intensive or blended learning. However, the duration of the course is a lot longer on this one as opposed to the level 2. Intensive is 27 days, so it's over 7 weeks, so that's a lot longer. Blended learning is 15 days practical and then distance theory. And then you also have 3 assessment days, which you have to do practical, theory papers, case studies and knowledge. So it is a lot more harder than level 2, it's a lot longer, it's a lot more in depth to be qualified as opposed to just 10 days. Once they're qualified, their job role, collect and analyse client information, put programmes together, apply strategies to encourage adherence, and a level 3 has more in-depth knowledge on nutrition and weight management. Level 3 GP referral. For this one, you have to have at least 30 hours of teacher experience, your level 2 gym or exercise and music. Your level 3 yoga or Pilates can also be equivalent, or your level 3 certificate in personal training. For this course, you can only do it intensive, and it's a very short period of time, it's only 4 days for face-to-face. And I think that's really not acceptable for this course, because this course allows you to work with clients that have serious medical conditions, and you have to put a programme that suits their medical conditions. So 4 days, it's not really enough to get the experience. Job role, same as personal 3 trainer really, however you have to specialise your programmes to the client's needs and their pre-existing medical conditions. And they also allow to work with the older adults and postnatal women. So, the level 3 personal trainer and level 3 GP referral, one's based in a gym and one's based in more of a clinical environment. And I'm just putting out the question of which environment do you think is more suitable. Now, for the older adults, as I said earlier, they prefer to work in a clinical environment as opposed to a gym. They don't really like going to a gym. But as opposed to a level 2 fitness instructor, they apply their knowledge to any old client, like it's no client based, so the gym would be fine for them. Level 4, GP referral specialist in obesity and diabetes. They have to have level 3 certificate or level 3 diploma with 150 hours experience. Course contents, 12 to 14 weeks, home study and 4 tutorial days. So this is a lot longer, 12 to 14 weeks. This is a job role. Same as GP referral really, but more in depth, and provide community-based classes and programs. And they deliver it to more in-depth medical conditions, cardiac rehab, stroke, and etc. How are all these qualifications governed? So once you've got these qualifications, they are governed by REPs, the Register of Exercise Professionals. Okay? REPs is seen as beneficial as it registers the qualification and also does whether the client is, the instructor is competent to deliver the skills effectively, and it also makes the clients confident in the instructor because they know that they're registered. These are just a list of qualifications that are registered by reps, so the ones we've talked about, gym, level 3 and level 4. And last but not least, when you're registered by reps, once you've got your qualifications, you must go on a thing called CPD. And what they do is just keep you up to date with all your existing knowledge or inform you of new changes to your qualifications and stuff like that. And I think you have to go every 2 years, and it's just to keep you up to date really. And that's it.
Okay, thank you very much, Chloe.